couple of things that have been surfacing, kicking around on Twitter the last couple of days, or weeks in one case. The first one, I'll deal with this one straight away, is Ben Chilwell. Now, as far as I'm concerned, and this could be about any player or any person in any walk of life, negativity only ever breeds more negativity. Okay, so if you've got a negative attitude, you don't feel you're going to do something, you don't believe you can do something, then you never will. If you never believe in yourself that you can do it, then you definitely never will. For my prime example of this, okay, is that I did an A-level, I didn't like it, I didn't want to be there. There was nothing wrong with the teaching, nothing wrong with anything, but I personally didn't want to be there. I had a negative mindset towards it, and I failed. Okay, now I failed because of me, not because of anything else, because I had a negative attitude towards it. I didn't want to be there, and therefore I didn't. In other A-levels, I wanted to be there, I was wanting to learn, I was very positive about it, and I got exceptionally good grades. I got A's, A stars. So negativity in anything, for me, will only ever bring about more negativity. So negativity from the crowd, okay, negativity in terms of tweets, negativity in terms of moans and groans and slagging players off, etc., etc., will not make anyone do any better. Okay, so in terms of Ben Chilwell, he seems to be, for me, the scapegoat player at the moment. Now, we always seem to have one. For as long as I can remember, we tend to get one that gets a little bit more of the grief than anyone else, even when things are good or when things are bad. There's always one that people are very, very quick to jump on if a mistake is made or they have a little dip in form. And at the moment, for me, that is Ben Chilwell. Now, I can't personally get on board with it. I can't get my head around it. I don't understand it, because we've got an academy graduate, okay, someone who's been at the club, been through the levels, captained at the lower levels. We've got a player here who has come through and is playing in the first team. Now, we're not in League One, we're not in League Two, we're not even Championship. We are a Premier League side battling for Champions League, okay, and we have an academy graduate, England's best left back academy graduate in our team. He plays for Leicester, he's come through the ranks. Regardless of whether he's a Leicester City supporter, he will have an affinity to this club, and we should have an affinity for him. Okay, now there'll be people out there that don't watch the 23s, don't watch the 18s, and that's fine, but you know, regardless of whether you've seen it, you know that he's been involved in it, you know he's come through the ranks, he's an academy lad. Now, for me, I always thought players that are your own, are one of your own, get more time, more support than players who you bring in or haven't been at the club for as long. It doesn't seem to be that way with Chilwell. Okay, now Ben Chilwell, for me, I will back him 100% of the time. Now, he's not beyond criticism. That's not to say that he is faultless. It's not to say that he can't make mistakes or he can't have poor games, because that isn't the case. Okay, but what I can't get behind and what I cannot understand is, I mean, the prime example of this would be, I didn't see the game on Saturday live. I've watched the whole game on a rerun through highlights. I didn't see the game live, and I'm on Twitter and I'm looking around and I'm seeing, oh, Chilwell's at fault for that first goal. What's he doing? Oh, what's going on here? Another one. Second goal. Oh, Chilwell again. Now I'm thinking, oh man, Chilwell's had a mare there. What's going on? And it wasn't until I saw the game and I'm seeing the highlights in the first goal, 100% not Chilwell's fault. Okay, now Hamza Chowdhury's been given the role of Martin Rudiger for the first goal, and he doesn't get there. Okay, now Chilwell's in the area, Chilwell's in his zone, because that's what he's been told to do, and the ball ends up in his zone. But Hamza Chowdhury's man marking Antonio Rudiger as well. He doesn't get there. That's two players that haven't got there. We've conceded a goal. The first one, and the main issue, the main player at fault in that, was Hamza Chowdhury. Now, I'm not going to give Hamza Chowdhury grief for it, because I wouldn't have had Hamza Chowdhury marking Rudiger either, because for me, you just match, you go like for like on any set piece, okay? That's how I would work, that's how I feel like it should work. I don't understand why you would do it any other way. But for me, you go man for man, like for like. The only time you might not is if you feel like you can gain an advantage if you potentially win the ball from that cross. So let's just say, for example, he's not, but let's just say Jamie Vardy was our best player in the air. Okay, but he's also excellent at counter-attacking. So rather than bringing him back into the box, you leave him quite high up the field, like Claudio Ranieri used to, and you say, do you know what? If that ball's in the 6-yard box, Casper's going to catch that, and we're going to be away on the counter-attack. Like we were for the 11 goals in 11 games. 11, it's Jamie Vardy, let's play, smash the record. That was a counter-attack from a corner because we won it and we distributed the ball quickly. So we had that trap. Vardy was away. Okay, now, going back to the game on Saturday, we set up wrong for that corner. It's not how I would have done it. There was no advantage to be gained by having Chowdhury marking essentially one of the tallest and best aerial players they had on the field. But for me, it's not Chilwell's fault, but as I said, through Twitter, I'm seeing him getting the grief. The second one, now no one's man-marking Rudiger on this second one, and again, after conceding the first one, that to me seems absolutely crazy that you've allowed yourself to not mark the player who's already put a goal past you from a set piece, okay? And you're not man-marking him with one of your out-and-out man-marking defenders, i.e. Johnny Evans or Charles Asuyuncu. You've left it again, and I feel like Chelsea have exposed it. It had to have been some sort of plan, because on both occasions, Rudiger is coming in on the back end of the crosses, so he's back post side, because they've probably identified that it's an area that they believed we could be got at, that we could be exposed, and actually, they were right. Okay, because both times the ball's gone into that back post area, and both times Antonio Rudiger has out-jumped whoever it is that's marking him, and he's put the ball in the back of the net. Now, he's not being man-marked in the second goal. Again, it's a zonal system. They've exposed Chilwell. Chilwell's not an aerial threat. It's not his strength. Christian Fuchs would have struggled in that situation, because Rudiger, as I said in a previous video, got every single part of that header 100% bang on. If he jumps a little bit earlier, a little bit later, he doesn't get there, or he changes the position of the header. If he doesn't catch it on the part of the head that he catches on, it either goes over or Casper saves it, because he's got it right in the area of the goal where Casper can't get there. Okay, so Chilwell was not at fault, I believe, for any of those two goals. He was getting grief against, I think it was probably maybe Southampton. He was giving the ball away a lot. Now again, as I said, he's not beyond criticism. He can have off games and he can make mistakes, and you have to then pull him aside as the manager and the coach and say, look Ben, that isn't good enough, can we make it better? But as supporters, we should be backing him. Any one of the players in the team, we should be backing him 100% during games, and then we definitely shouldn't be going on to Twitter and atting them and saying, oh, you're this, you're that, take this amount of money for him, get him out of my club, blah, blah, blah. I can't, that mindset to me doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help. I don't understand what you think you're going to achieve, what you think is going to be better. Okay, I've seen a lot of people through Twitter. There's been a lot of rumours, obviously, that he's going to be going to Chelsea in the summer, that Chelsea are interested, and the 60 million is the price tag, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I've seen people on Twitter saying, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll drive him there myself. We'll get rid of him. As if we've got a queue of better left-backs knocking on Brendan Rodgers' door, waiting to get in to the club, that are just waiting to fill that space, saying, oh, there you go, if you get rid of him, mate, I'm in. It doesn't work like that. It isn't like that. Football isn't like that. We have, as I've said before, England's first choice left back. He is England's best left back, okay, and he came through our academy. I'm just asking, just back him, just support him. He's gonna make mistakes. He's an attacking fullback, same as Ricardo. Ricardo makes mistakes, okay? He does. He has a better end product than Ben Chilwell, but Ben Chilwell has produced for us, and actually, I think I saw a stat today that apart from Trent Alexander-Arnold and maybe Andy Robertson, Ben Chilwell has been directly involved with more goals than any other fullback over the last, I think it's 12 months maybe. Now, that tells me that actually Ben Chilwell's end product ain't half bad. Okay, he's done okay, he's been involved in goals. Why are we giving him so much stick? Why do we feel like that's going to help? That's not going to help the team. It doesn't help at all. You boo players, you be negative with them, you're not going to help them do the best job. Okay, and the analogy I would make is, imagine you sat in your place at work. Okay, I don't know what you could be doing. Let's say an office. I don't work in an office. I work outside in like a workshop. But if I'm trying to do my job and I've got somebody constantly over my shoulder making little comments or telling me I'm not this, I'm not that, or I've done this wrong, I've done that wrong, and I shouldn't be this and I shouldn't be that, eventually my head's going to drop and I'm not going to want to do it. I'm not going to want to do that job. I'm not going to want to be out there. It's not going to make me go, oh, actually, mate, yeah, because you're giving me all this stick and you're slagging me off, cheers, mate, I'm now going to put in a performance. Thanks for that. That's not how it works. That's not how humans work. Okay, now some players may well respond to a negative, kind of constructive form of criticism from their manager, but from the fans who are supposed to back them. The fans who are supposed to back them to be constantly on his case. I just don't feel like it's a sensible thing to do. I don't think it helps. And I would just ask you, if you are one of those people that is negative during a game, after a game, on Twitter, one, stop doing it on Twitter. Imagine what that's like to finish a game, open your social media and be inundated with tweets slagging you off. Okay, just put yourself in that position maybe, and don't give me the, oh, he's a footballer, you should be able to deal with all this, he's putting himself, blah, blah, blah. Totally irrelevant. Excuse used by people who just want to be absolutely ridiculous and horrible to people. Have a little think about that. Okay, and the second thing is, what are you helping? How do you think criticising a player, or booing, or moaning, or groaning, how do you think you are helping the team out? What do you think you're doing? Like, what is the positive outcome of what you're doing for the team, for that player? Because if you can give me one, if you can give me an answer, a positive outcome of your moans, your groans, your boos, I will be massively surprised, because for me, there isn't one, okay? A positive atmosphere, everybody wants one. Players perform far, far better in a positive atmosphere. When the crowd are up, when everyone's cheering, you see the team respond to that, and you hear them say in post-match interviews, etc., etc., oh, the crowd really gave us that little lift because we were backing them. By being negative and not backing them, we're not achieving anything. So please, 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 have a look at what you're doing. Think about whether actually what you're doing is going to elicit a positive response out of anybody, whether it's Ben Chilwell or the rest of the team. You think the rest of the team want to hear you slagging off one of our players? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a crazy, crazy mindset to be in. I'm not saying don't criticise and have your opinions on players, and you can say, oh, he's not had a very good game today, he could have done this, or he should have done this, or that was an absolute shocker. I totally understand that. That's down the pub conversation, but I would say just keep it off Twitter, and when you get the opportunity, back the lads, back the players, especially academy players. He's come through. We do not have a better left back than him. Fuchs is great, but he's 1 year away from retiring. Okay, whether he stays another year or not, we talk him into it. He's still not somebody who's going to make us stronger. If Ben Chilwell leaves, we are a weaker team than with Ben Chilwell in the squad. Simple as that. I went on a little bit there. I told you it's unscripted, it can literally go anywhere. I'm going to keep the next one a little bit short and sweet if I can, and I'm going to bring it up now, and it's Kasper Schmeichel. Now, a couple of alleged ITKs in the nose on Twitter are saying that we're looking for another keeper, we've lost faith in Kasper Schmeichel, we're looking to replace him, blah, blah, blah. I've clicked on it, I've had a little scroll through the comments, and I'm actually staggered to look at people who agree with it. They think, yeah, no, he's definitely got to go, he's not doing this, he's not that, he's fallen off a cliff, blah, 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 he's second highest earner, and that should never be the case. And I'm thinking, whoa. This guy has been at the club for a very long time. He has been arguably one of the best keepers in the Premier League over a period of time. He's been the best keeper I think we've ever had. You can't just replace players, okay? Now, I know Kasper Schmeichel's getting on. He makes mistakes, same as anyone. He's not at the levels he was potentially at the start of the season, where he was absolutely phenomenal. His save percentages, etc., were unbelievable. I would say that Schmeichel needs to be better, and I would be coaching him on being better at dealing with crosses into the box, taking command, taking the pressure off of other players. But this guy, we were a couple of seasons ago, we're begging him, don't go to Liverpool, really hope he doesn't do this, hope he doesn't go to Man United. And he has a couple of off games. Okay, let's not forget, first half of the season again, it's another stat I've seen on Twitter today, his save percentages, etc., He's saving 71%. He was up in the 80s, which put him in the absolute elite of keepers. Okay, since Christmas, he's down at 57%. So something's definitely changed. He's in a little dip in form since Christmas. Every player has a dip in form. Okay, again, just back him. He is the keeper we've got. He's an absolutely brilliant goalkeeper. Okay, yes, he has flaws in his game. Again, with the Chilwell situation, I'm not trying to say that these players don't have flaws in their game, areas they can improve on. Okay, and I wouldn't be adverse to us bringing in another younger keeper. Okay, because personally, I don't feel that Danny Ward is ready to be number one. I don't think he's got, for me, he doesn't have the attributes that Schmeichel's got, and he doesn't possess the added attributes that we want Schmeichel to have. I'm not saying he's a bad keeper, he's an excellent number two, as he proved when he's come in to play for us, Danny Ward. I think he's a great keeper, but for me, he's not a number one at this level. Schmeichel, for me, has that leadership quality. Okay, he has the affinity with the club. He's on-field captain. He's a leader. He knows what he's doing. He feels this club. He gets it. He gets it like we do. Okay, now he ran out of the changing room up, in October against West Ham, and he was trying to get to the helicopter. Okay, now I know that shouldn't influence the decision as to whether a player is good or not, but that's how much he gets this club. That's how much this club means to him. That for me, it doesn't deserve the over-the-top criticism. Okay, I think there's a little bit of over-the-top stuff that goes on with fans. I think Twitter is a platform that can breed that sort of instant gratification type supporter, that if something's not right, it's an immediate, they want an instant change, they want instant results, they want this player gone, well, just go and get this player, or that's not how football works, not how football has ever worked. Every one of us as supporters wants Leicester to be successful, okay, and for the best chance of that at this time is with Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Okay, regardless of the amount of money he's earning, regardless if he's in a dip of form. Again, I say it again, he is in a dip in form, but as a team, as an entire team, we're in a dip in form. Vardy's not scoring. Okay, Tielemans isn't playing well. Maddison's not creating as much as he should. Centre backs, Evans and Soyuncu aren't performing at the levels they were. Okay, everybody's just having a little bit of a drop off, and it's all come at the same time. And it's probably meant that actually, I haven't got the stats for this, but I would say actually, are we conceding more opportunities than we were earlier in the season? I mean, prime example of that, actually, we could have been 1-0 down very, very early on against Chelsea. But as a team, we've sort of just lost our level. We've dropped a level, we've dropped a gear, we haven't been able to find it again. I don't think that's entirely laid at any one player's door. But to come out and believe that, yeah, get rid of Schmeichel, he's got to go, he's not good enough, he's not this, he's not a modern keeper, etc, etc. He's the best, I believe, he's the best we're going to get at the moment. I don't think there's an instant answer out there that you can say, okay, well then if he goes, we'll just go and get him in, because again, like I said before, that's not how it works. Again, please just back the players, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with having discussions and opinions on things, but you can't just go away and get another player. That's not how the game works, okay? That's all I'm going to go on those two players. Get behind the lads, okay? If you're one of those that gets to go to games all the time, you're unbelievably lucky, okay? You really, really are. Enjoy it, back them, give them your everything. Don't leave it, expect them to help you get behind your team, okay? I'm drifting, I'm drifting onto something else, okay? I might even go there in a minute, but yeah, so back them, get behind them, support them. They're our team, they're our lads, it's our Leicester. They're doing things that I would never have believed possible through my time supporting Leicester. Growing up, I would never have believed we'd be competing for third place in the Premier League, irrelevant of the 5,000 to 1. That was absolutely surreal. Not even a dream come true. I can't even call it a dream come true, the 5,000 to 1, because it was never something I dreamed of as a possibility. A dream come true would maybe be winning the FA Cup, because I feel like that's something that's potentially possible on a season by season basis. But at no point did I think 5,000 to 1 was ever going to happen. So I couldn't even call that a dream come true. But we're absolutely living the dream at the moment. We're in a really, really good place. Things are happening, developments are happening. Got the new training ground coming up, hopefully going to be finished in the summer. We've got the stadium expansion plans being talked about, potentially going up to 42,000. They've spoken to architects, etc., about designs and things, but with the training ground being the priority. So just get behind the boys. Let's have it. Let's go into the next bit of the season after the break. Really, really back them every opportunity we get. Sing loud, sing proud, be proud of your football team, be proud of yourself. Go into every game and come away after 90 minutes going, do you know what, I couldn't have cheered any louder, I couldn't have sung any louder, I couldn't have got behind them boys any more today. You know, you can give your all. You are in control of whether you sing, whether you clap, whether you stand up, whether you get behind the boys or not. You can't blame what you're seeing in front of you as to whether you get behind the boys. I know sometimes it can be hard when things aren't going great, when mistakes are being made, but maybe, just maybe, if everybody gets behind them, we can be that positive catalyst to just snap them out of whatever malaise they're in, and we can go on, and maybe that'll just spark us into life. So get behind the lads, be proud of them, be loud.